Hello everyone. Okay, so I'm installing the motorcycle dash cam model D16X Deep Moto Professional Motorcycle Dash Cam. And I read the book, I read all the material, and here's what I'm finding so far. So on this motorcycle, which is the 2016 Zero SR, on this motorcycle, you don't have to take everything apart like I did. I just like to do that. That's just what I do. But it doesn't need to be this difficult. It's not difficult for me. I just like to see all the wires. So on this motorcycle, there is no accessory. There's just, as I understand it, when I look at the ignition, there's just off and on. That's it. If I want to lock the steering, I turn the steering wheel all the way to the left. First I turn the steering to the left all the way, and then I push the key in and turn it to the left, and that locks and then I can take the key back out, and that locks the steering to the left. But in that position, that's still an off position. So whether it be off or locked, those are both off. On is just motorcycle on. So when I look at these, when I look at the this unit here on the input, it's showing accessory is yellow, black is ground, and the red. Okay, so red is supposed to go to the battery, positive. Ground goes to the battery negative, or to the frame of the motorcycle, but we could go to the battery negative. And then this is the accessory wire, which I don't have accessory, so what I'm planning to do is not use this wire. Now the way accessory works is, when I read about it, accessory, when I was reading in the book, it said that accessory is it sounds like it's a setting on the ignition, like cars have this, right? Automobiles. And when you turn it to accessory, that will power up this wire. Okay, that's where this wire would go to. But this is for motorcycles, right? So maybe many gas motorcycles, for example, and many other motorcycles, not this one that I know of, the Zero, have an accessory setting on the ignition. And maybe I'm just missing it, but I don't see it there. I don't see this there now myself. I can always change this later, but I'm just walking you through my personal experience with installing this. So accessory would allow, for example, the motorcycle to remain off, but just powering up accessories. And then when the motorcycle is powered on, when everything's on, like it's ready to go, then this accessory wire would not have power to it. And that's the way the book explained it. Okay. See, they even give a test, like a test meter in a way. It's a test wire with a light on it, where it explains how to use that. And it literally says, let's see if I can read this here. Customer can use the auxiliary tool, ACC detection wire, take out the ACC detection wire, wrap the black wire around the metal body of the motorcycle, and use the red wire to touch the metal on top of the fuse. They mean the accessory fuse, right? After the motorcycle is powered on, if the LED light on the ACC detection wire lights up, turn off the motorcycle. If the LED light goes out, then the fuse you tested is the ACC wire for your motorcycle. Okay, let me just think about what this said. It says, so after the motorcycle is powered on, if the LED light on the detection wire lights up, turn off the motorcycle. If the LED light goes out, then the fuse you tested is the ACC wire for your motorcycle. How to find which one is the ACC wire? And the motorcycle fuse box. Okay, this made sense to me before I was videoing. Now that I'm videoing, it's like I'm reading it for the first time again. Okay, so anyway, maybe you understood that. Sometimes I understand things, sometimes I understand them and then I read them again and I'm like, I thought I understood that. That's what's happening right now. My plan is to not use this wire. I'll read the book again after I turn the video off and I'll make sure I'm doing this correctly. But like I was saying, on this motorcycle, because it just has on and off, as I can see it here. Now, there is fuses all over here, right? There's a fuse box here, okay? And there's all this here labeled very well, right? We can see that that looks like accessory, right? Right there. But because the ignition is on or off, my plan is to connect the red and black wires, the positive and negative, directly into these, the power that goes into these. These were my USB plugs that power everything, right? These were added, but where these plug in was already on the motorcycle. It was already, there was 2 plugs back here that are put away now. I think this is probably one of them. Where are they? They're tucked in there. They're put away, but there's 2 separate wires, and if you look up 0, I don't know if you can look up 2016 0 SR or just 0 motorcycle accessory plugs. I found a couple videos, and if I have a chance, I'll put links to at least one of those in this video so that you can see what video I used to find where those powered wires were. There was 2 separate plugs, and that's what I'm using there. I'm using one there, okay? I'm using one there and one over there. So those each have their own plug that they're connected to back here that's made for that. It's made to power, to go to those accessory. It's made to go to some kind of accessory, okay? Whatever that may be. So I bought these myself on Amazon, but that you can choose which ones you want to use. They also sell these just for this motorcycle. You can buy the ones that are specially made for the motorcycle. I think they cost a little bit more, but you can check into that if you'd like. And they plug right in. I soldered them into the wires here. So what I plan to do is, in the back side of this, when I turn the key on, there's power going to this when the key is on. And that's where I plan to connect the positive and negative right here, this ground and battery. I should also be able to connect the ground to the frame somewhere, so if for some reason it doesn't work when using the ground on the wire, then I would go to the frame, but it should work because I already have a positive and negative going to each of those plugs there, right? Each of those have a positive and negative already going to them, and they work perfectly. Okay, that's this stage of the process of installation, and I'll keep you posted on how I'm doing this. And if I make any changes in the future, those changes will be updated in future videos. Thank you.